Oh my God.
This is the most incredible. Oh my God.
And he's basically telling them how he wants to buy their blood, the placenta, and a bunch of these other things that are like in their body. And he specifically says the richest one.
Man, what's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up at 7 Up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Glad to grow, helps Glad to get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content. Tap in with this content. But I appreciate you if you're watching on TV, whatever the case is. I wish it was smooth 7. Might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. But shout out to Joy Liberty. Shout out to Michael. Shout out to Benz. Does it? I appreciate y'all. I'm going to get some more shout outs going as well. Joy Liberty, I seen your comments. I couldn't respond in the community post, but I got you now. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. But I ain't going to hold you. Y'all know what it is, man. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
Check it out, family. That man, Lil Diddy, got a wide mouth. Yeah, probably smell like straight ass. Never know. But y'all let me know what y'all think and feel about this in the comments. So for them grave, shit is crazy.
And let's hope it's fake.
Now what the hell did Wally do to them?
This shit gonna be a normal thing one day. Watch. I heard about that shit too.
Was this TikToker and a psychic that accused Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco in the case of David. Yes, this is like alleged, obviously. This is not my theory.
Yeah.
They said because Selena Gomez, she needed a new kidney, right?
Yeah.
So they were like, okay, we need a new one. Was the kidney for Selena?
No,
and
that's
then
a crazy theory.
And it got so popular that in all of Selena Gomez's TikTok posts, it goes, R.I.P. Celeste, give her a kidney back or something like that because of this psychic. Yes.
But didn't Selena Gomez get her kidney from somebody else already?
Yeah, I thought she got it from
But
it was 10 years ago, but you know, like kidneys can fail, kidneys can go bad,
really?
so she needed another one. I don't believe it personally.
Yeah.
But what made it worse was Benny Blanco was on Kai Cenat's stream and he brought a bunch of Hello Kitty luggages. You know, Hello Kitty is a code for.
Oh, really?
Yes. And David, in his last performance, he was wearing a Hello Kitty thing. And who loved Hello Kitty? Celeste. Benny Blanco does work with David. Selena Gomez is really close with Benny Blanco. This is a legend. This is not my theory.
There's always something with Selena Gomez.
I know.
There's something.
It's always something with Selena Gomez, but I thought that Selena Gomez whole situation stemmed from what Zach TV was covering before, unfortunately, what happened to him. You know, prayers to his family and, you know, that condolences. Again, that ain't something we going down. We ain't going down that rabbit hole. I'm sorry we ain't taking that one, but let me know y'all thoughts, man. I'm new to this one connected to David. What's y'all thoughts?
So we have quantum locking. The superconductor is locked in space and it stays wherever I put it. You see, this is quantum trapping.
It's amazing.
As long as it's
so it's superconducting.
Like
it's frozen with liquid nitrogen.
Upside down.
Right.
And it stays locked.
So the fact, so it's actually floating above the surface.
Yeah, it's not floating. It's locked above the surface.
So you could tilt it at an angle and it would
Yeah,
still fly around.
like this, and it will just go around like this. You can go and put it at different height, and then like this.
You lock it at the height.
Lock
right.
it, yeah, different height, different configuration.
Right.
And I can even lock it the opposite way. So you can just hold for a minute. High. I'm doing the
So
same
it can
thing.
hang
I'm
upside
locking
down.
it upside down. It is suspended.
Fantastic. Okay.
Never seen again. He working for them people. This for entertainment.
If this is your final destination, your check bags can be claimed at Carousel number 5. For those customers that need special assistance, we ask that you please remain comfortably seated.
That's why they removed copper from swimming pools, because they realized that copper was so antibacterial that it was completely purifying the water that the people were swimming in without all of the harmful effects of chlorine, which we also know is $1 trillion industry. But also, when the copper was rested in the swimming pools, copper ions were being absorbed into the water, which hold an electrical charge. Therefore, when people were swimming in these pools, their bodies were absorbing this charged water, and we are electrical beings. Therefore, the water that they were swimming in and bathing in was instantaneously healing their bodies. And so if we then think about copper pipes, which are being completely erased, it then makes perfect sense, because the elites realized that when water flows through copper pipes, that water then becomes charged water, creating some of the most powerful water in the world, purifying it to a level no other material can match. This is another reason why farmers would place copper in their livestock's water bowls, because they knew that the copper would keep the water completely pure and charge the water.
I wish.
Just a story. We're not just headlines. We're people. People with families, with lives, with people waiting for us at home. There's a lot of uncertainty, and that's the hardest part. All we want right now is to feel safe, to have clarity, and to get home.
3 people are dead and at least 3 others are sick after a suspected hantavirus outbreak aboard the cruise ship MV Hondius, according to the World Health Organization. The ship is now anchored in Praia, Cape Verde, with 149 people still on board, including 17 Americans. Passengers are not being allowed to disembark, Cape Verde's health minister said. We don't know yet how the suspected outbreak may have happened. Hantavirus is typically spread through contact with rodents in their urine, droppings, and saliva, according to the CDC.
So if you're seeing coverage about this, just remember that there are real people behind it, and that this isn't something happening somewhere far away.
This for entertainment. What I'm saying ain't true. Do y'all think this was a planned, isolated experiment? I'm just asking. It ain't true. What's your thoughts?
Tens of thousands of Chinese are going homeless. This is what BlackRock and the United States government have planned for us over here. And if they say something against the status quo over there in China, their money is immediately locked up. They can't spend their own motherfucking salary, and they end up homeless. Get ready for it. Now, I think it's gonna backfire because you can only control people so long before they start you up. And if enough of us get homeless and get the Miss Meal cramps, where you gonna hide at government officials? Where you gonna hide out at BlackRock mother? Where you gonna hide out Pope, Black Pope, Jesuits? Where you gonna hide, huh? Underground, going back to hell? Cause we gonna find you motherfuckers. We'll be right back. Stay ready. That way you ain't gotta get ready. My name is Eddie. We'll be right back.
Man, shout out to Eddie Griffin, bro. He be going crazy.
Just trying to run. Oh my God. This lady's crazy. Just trying to run. Oh my God. No kidding! Oh my God!
Damn, she tripping, bro. Hopefully that kid was cool.
The woman who drove recklessly and attempted to strike a teenager has been arrested. She has been charged with attempted first-degree assault, driving under the influence, and first-degree trespassing. The incident occurred in Spokane County. Wendy A. Clemente, 56, was driving a silver Ford Focus recklessly near S. Fruitvale Road. She drove onto the sidewalk in an attempt to strike a teenager on a bicycle, chased the teenager along the sidewalk, and then drove away from the scene. About 30 minutes later, police received another report from a location approximately 1.6 kilometers away. A homeowner had seen footage from his security camera showing an unfamiliar woman attempting to turn the doorknob of his home. When police arrived, Clemente was standing in the driveway. She claimed she had taken her dog out to socialize with other dogs. denied attempting to break in, and said she did not remember the earlier incident where she drove at the teenager. Officers noticed her erratic behavior and asked if she had been drinking. She initially denied it but later admitted to having consumed alcohol. A subsequent blood test revealed that her blood alcohol level was above the legal limit. Clemente was charged with attempted first-degree assault, driving under the influence, and first-degree trespassing. However, following her initial court appearance, a commissioner at the Spokane County Superior Court ordered her released without bail.
Assault? Attempt? So if she had collided with the kid, y'all think that would have just fell to an assault, or y'all think it would have led to something more serious? So why would you just... I don't get the system sometimes, bro.
Can't see much up through here. I hear the brush popping and stuff. Oh, there he goes. Jesus. Get up here where I can see you quick. Get up here. Get a better picture.
How did you find your way to the rim against one of the best defenses in the league?
When they just played the Lakers, did y'all see his eyes change then? Tell me if you did.
Here, check it out, family. 2026, I told y'all the veil is gone. It's Nathan there, Nathaniels. Now we got shit popping off over there in the Asian area, and it look like some shit straight out of Harry Potter. Look at that. And this is not AI, by the way. But y'all let me know what y'all think and feel about this in the comments, because I'm for no grave. Shit is crazy.
This is not proof that sirens exist. I don't freaking know what it is. So this lady, mind you, she's in the middle of the ocean. All right. She sees a dolphin over here. Right. Then this is a still picture. She zooms in to see this. Why am I glitching like that? She zooms in to see who the freak is that? What the freak is that? And why the freak is it right there? You're telling me you can see something like that and tell me that sirens don't exist? I know for a fact that's not a buoy, that none of those things that people are going to try to say. Let me just kill all the objections right now. She is my color. I know that they're not out there in the open water with her friend. Like people could be like, oh, you know, she sent her friend out there, you know, for some clout. No, we don't do that. We don't do that. To just be flailing around in the open water. At least this is on the surfboard. That is a siren, and I don't want to hear no, that's AI. That's not freaking AI. And speaking of that's not AI, tell me if this video is real. I need y'all to tell me.
Look at the size of this thing. Holy.
Okay, watching it back, the voices, they sound a little AI-y. At this point, I don't freaking know anymore. I genuinely don't know, and y'all know I'm gonna say it again. The reason why AI is here is so we don't know what's real and we don't know what's fake. I mean, hey, we got people saying that the files that were released are AI. I should tell you all you need to know. I'm gonna wrap it up now. As always, make sure you guys like and follow, comment down below what you think. Let me know if I should keep this series going.
Pray for those people who say shit like that.
Humans with faces in their chests, who supposedly populated Libya and Ethiopia. The Blimier were mythical humanoid creatures with faces, specifically eyes and mouths, located on their chest or shoulders. The Blimier weren't described as spirits or monsters in the modern sense. Ancient writers often treated them just as another distant tribe that lived in remote regions far from Roman civilization. Later writers expanded on the idea, describing them as fierce warriors that were isolated from other human populations.
Why is it illegal to talk to the dolphins? So there's one mammal that is the most utilized by the military, and that's dolphins. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that the military was using them.
Yeah, they use those as patrols, assassins, and they speak in a hypersonic tone. You know, the universe is built on sound, light, and frequency. And what creatures on the planet will have the most history about this planet? Those that live in the water. Dolphins live to 100, whales to 300.
Right.
And you ever heard about ladies having water births?
Yeah.
In ancient African times, they used to do this around dolphins because the dolphins are able to communicate with us.
Right.
And there's a lost batch of history on this planet. We're a species with amnesia. If you can communicate with them, you get the answers.
Right. Just like there's this clip where this dolphin knows that the dolphin will take the lady.
Absolutely.
Because she knew she was pregnant.
Absolutely. Dolphins kill great white sharks. Dolphins for fun. Nobody knows where dolphins even came from though. Because 90% of the species that ever existed on this planet are dead. Dolphins have been around since pre-Cretaceous time. Unchanged.
So if you can get the answers from a dolphin, who really has your best interest or doesn't have your best interest if they making laws against that type of shit? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I'm trying to... I'm just asking a question here. If they making laws, who's passing those laws? Who's bringing those laws up? Who's thinking of those laws? I'm gonna just leave it there. What's y'all thoughts, man? This off entertainment. What I said ain't true. It's just my opinion, and it's just some shit that I was just asking to keep y'all engaged.
Is it me, or was Michael Jackson actually in the Michael movie? Go back and watch that movie. Something strange happened. Not every scene, but some of the scenes when the camera ended on Jafar. For a split second, I saw Michael Jackson. Like they switched it or something. I can't even explain it. Some of the scenes, it's just when you right before it cuts the scene to go to the next scene, it's Michael. Like during the movie, you know it's Jafar, you know he's pretending to be his uncle. But is it me? Did y'all notice that? Or I might just be tripping. I don't know. But go back and watch it. Right before some scenes end, it like switched to Michael. I don't know how to explain it. I don't get it.
Ain't he getting medicinal herbs from the tree? I've heard about that. I ain't never seen it, but damn. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Did you know after about 10,000 years of human history, we decided to start counting to make it easier on one guy who was trying to calculate for Easter? So we're technically around the year 12,026, not 2026, and there's also giant gaps and miscounts for time throughout the last 2026 years as well. There's been multiple times where we've just restarted things or pushed things ahead. There's been multiple theories and hypotheses behind these, but no matter what country you are in, because like I think Ethiopia is still in 2018, we are not actually in the year 2026. Like the earth is billions of years old. Like if you think about it, we have no idea what people called these years during their current time. We have placeholders for these years like AD, BC, whatever, but we don't know what these people called it during those times, like the Dark Ages. The Greek Dark Ages from 1100 to 800 BC just sort of stopped. Like physical record of what was going on stops. There's a whole plethora of things going on there. I'm gonna have to make a separate video about it, actually. This is what I learned tonight. The end.
This Utah wife, she created this book so that her kids and other people who have dealt with death recently could get over with, like talk about the grief and everything.
Yeah.
Turns out this woman poisoned her husband she wrote the book about.
What? So she killed him and profited off of
his death. Yes. So she killed him in March of 2022. Like I said, this happened in Utah. She was trying to poison him for a while even before this. She ended up killing him with the she threw to like his soup or something like that he was eating, or a drink that he was drinking. Put out like a huge life insurance on this guy. Ended up getting all the money from the life insurance after she poisoned him, because she was secretly having an affair at the same time with another dude.
What?
So she poisoned him, got with this new guy, got all the life insurance, made this children's book, made more money off the children's book.
Are you kidding me?
2 months after she released the book, that's when they found out that she
I was
actually
just gonna
poisoned
ask,
him.
so how did they find out?
So they found out because the person she was buying the off of ended up coming out and snitching, and they released all the messages that she had with this person, and this girl was pretty much saying like, I need the Michael Jackson stuff.
Are you
Michael
kidding
Jackson
me?
died from that the doctors gave him.
Yeah.
She literally texted this person, I need that Michael Jackson stuff. Then she comes out with the book talking about grief.
Ain't that a bitch?
Bro. So she ended up getting 25 years to life. They got her for killing him and for life insurance stuff. They said he had 5 times the lethal amount that killed him.
Oh my god, so they really did give him that Michael Jackson stuff.
She gave him hell.
Why the f are any of us getting married?
And you write a children's book about
You feel me? Like, what is up?
I'm sorry. 5 things that we used to be able to do in this timeline, and we can't do it no more. State building, built May 1st, 1931. This is a 102-story building that was built in 401 days. 3,500 workers. They were building 3 to 4 floors a day on average. Empire State Building is a staple in New York City skyline, and we cannot build like that anymore. I'm sorry. 401 days, 102 stories. We cannot do that today. By the way, it was also built to dock airships. In 1931 September, an airship actually docked the Empire State Building for 3 minutes. That's something also we don't do today. The moon. Apollo 17, 1972 was the moon. Apollo 17, 1972 was the last time we put a man on the moon. Apparently we can't do that no more. Apparently we lost the technology to put men on the moon. We had Apollo 11, we had Apollo 12, we had Apollo 13, we had Apollo 14, we had Apollo 15, and we had Apollo 17. And that was it. Some people say the cost, some people say political views, but as of right now, we do not have the technology or the will to put men on the moon. But hopefully we will. Number 2, Greek fire. The Byzantine Empire in the 7th century had this liquid fire that could not be put out by water, and they used it in their naval ships. This was highly flammable and even burned in water, but we cannot reproduce it. For some reason, the recipe is lost. We can come close to things like that, but we can't reproduce the firepower of the Greek fire. Coral Castle in Florida, built by Edward Lanskin. This man built this whole coral castle over a heartbreak of his lover. 1923 to 1951, he built an 1,100-ton castle. Did this at night with no help and no machinery, and he said he mastered leverage. Did this in 1936, due to property zoning, he had to move the coral castle 10 miles, and he did it by himself at night. We can't do that. Damascus steel, 300 BC, renowned for its durability and its sharpness. It could cut through metal. Originally made in Sri Lanka with the roots steel method, highly sought after for its durability and its sharpness. Something that we cannot produce today. We can come close. The sharpness and the durability of the Damascus steel is not made today. We can't make it.
Listen, it doesn't matter if they get off that boat or not. Okay, 10 days into this trip, a 70-year-old Dutch man passed away. 2 weeks later, they removed his body, and then his wife, right? She went to a South African airport so she could fly home. She came in contact with several people on her way. Then she collapsed. Shortly after that, she passed away, right? She was confirmed to have a variant of this hantavirus, but which variant, of course, we don't know, right? But let's address this strain that's on the boat with them, because it's most likely all signs point to the Andes strain, right, of hantavirus, which can pass from human to human. Now, normally hantavirus, am I saying that right? Anyways, it comes from rats or mice droppings or saliva or shit like that, okay? But guess what? There aren't any rats on this cruise ship, right? These are rich folks, y'all. They are not kicking it with Stuart Little type shit. This rare strand with a 40% mortality rate end up on a boat with over 150 rich folks on it. I think somebody brought it on the boat. I can't prove it, okay? But number one, they boarded the boat in a region strand originates from. Two, there are no rats on the boat. They've searched. Number three, it is spreading from human to human. That is clear, right? Because the wife got sick and died right after the husband did. So they both play with rats? Hell no. Listen, the World Health Organization is advising maximum social distancing for passengers, and they are literally confined to their rooms. My biggest question in all of this, though, is why the hell aren't we hearing from any of them? They don't have Wi-Fi on that boat?
You know, if you ask me, this woman deserves her own season. There is so much we could talk about with her character, so many storylines we could explore, but I guess we're gonna go back to the Coven once again. Angela Bassett is going to be returning as the Voodoo Queen herself. We don't have too much information about it right now, but we do know that she's getting her own standalone episode, and it's going to be exploring her character's origin. We're going to learn more about how she got her powers, her relationship with the other characters, and we're going to be seeing the darker side of the New Orleans witchcraft scene. I really feel like Marie Laveau is an extremely popular fan favorite character. I know she is for me, and I'm excited to learn more about her and her origin. The character Marie Laveau is based off a real life woman, so I'm wondering how accurate it's going to be to the true story. Sometimes American Horror Story is super accurate when it comes to things that were inspired by real life situations, and sometimes they kind of do their own thing with it. So I have a feeling this is going to land somewhere in the middle, but regardless, I'm really excited for October. I'm really excited to see American Horror Story Season 13. I'm a huge fan. Also, hi, I'm Grace. Can I be your horror girly?
People stranded on a boat because 3 people died from a rat virus outbreak that can only be transmitted from they shit. Could you imagine? Talking about a worst nightmare. So this cruise over here was moving, grooving, vibing, sliding from South America. They was going to land right here. Now they stranded. Obviously, because people are like, whoa, hold on, wait a second. Y'all dying? People getting sent to the upper room? That means this whole shit could be an outbreak. We need some health inspectors. But there's people that's on there right now like, yo, come help. But it's like, wait, I'm trying to help, but wait. Jake from Boston here, that is not a made-up name. I shouldn't be joking because he's stranded on this boat right now. He was super excited. And then things took a very vociferous turn because obviously that air in there was stuffy or they wasn't cleaning something because hantavirus, no idea that existed till today, broke out on this shit. And I ain't gonna lie, looks like they need a couple updates. And so now Jake panicking because he's like, well, this is my life. But it's like, this is our life, my nigga. Like something's going on your boat, unfortunately.
Currently on board the MV Hondius. And what's happening right now is very real for all of us here. We're not just a story. We're not just headlines.
I don't blame you, because I would be scared as too, my boy. But at the same time, I just have to, you know, from the outside looking in, it's like, hey man, I want you to be safe. But at the same time, we gotta be very careful about this because first off, this little rat virus that they let break out on your ship, that shit not even supposed to be happening. It's very rare. 3 y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, we're gonna send help, and I'm praying for you, Jake, but like, we gotta take the right safety measures because we can't have no rat virus taking over this world. That seems apocalyptic. And honestly, hopefully all y'all can look into a nice lawsuit. I don't know how all that shit works, but like, people dying from a rat virus, that's a your problem. Like, niggas better clean up. What's going on? I'm gonna need that. M's.
For entertainment again, what I'm saying ain't true. I just find it really funny and ironic that it happened off land with some shit like that. So that made me question, was it planned? Was it isolated on purpose? And was this an experiment? Again, what I said wasn't true. Let me know y'all thoughts.
Y'all thought paying a subscription to use your car's very own GPS and alarm system was bad. That was just a warm-up. That was just a setup. Now they got monthly subscriptions for your apartment key fob. Yeah, you heard me right. You're already paying rent, you're already paying utilities, now you gotta pay to unlock your door.
About a year and a half to 2 years ago, we all get an email from our apartment complex that they are doing away with the fob system, and instead we are going to be on a phone app lock system. So fobs are going away. They're going to change out all the locks on every single door, and we're all going to be using this phone app moving forward. And they instituted this across, there's like over 200 apartments in my complex. It's a pretty big complex. also come to realize, right around the time that they put in this new lock system, they also started a new fee attached to our rent, which is called the Technology Connect fee. And the way they originally talked about it was, we're going to start offering internet as well, so that you don't have to go with any third-party internet providers, but that's totally optional if you want to opt in. A lot of us don't opt in. We use some of the more reliable providers that are around. But that technology fee still exists for everybody every single month, because that technology fee pays for the app to unlock the door. That technology fee is $85 a month. We all pay a subscription of $85 a month to unlock doors. $85 a month, almost $100 a month, not to live here, not for your rent, just to get in the door. Because the apartment complex, without a vote from its residents, without anything, the property managers decided this is what we're doing now, and we're gonna charge you for it.
Hey, so everyone has lost apartment hunting, housing market, renting, whatever it is, you've absolutely lost your minds. So as I sit here apartment hunting here in Los Angeles, would you believe that I came across this place, $2,500 a month, okay, 1 bedroom, no utilities included, you have to pay for your parking, bare bones, 3 times the rent, $650 minimum credit, okay? I scroll down to the bottom and I see that in order for you to access your unit that you were paying $2,500 for, okay, you must subscribe to a monthly membership to use your key fob. If you don't, you will not be able to access your unit that you pay $2,500 for. What are we doing?
Bro, this is crazy. I mean, they told us that what? We're gonna own nothing and be happy, and this is exactly what's going on. The fact of the matter is, why aren't people doing nothing? Why is everybody agreeing to this? Why is this? I know I can't say much, bro, but this is crazy. This is ridiculous. Something's gotta give. How do you guys feel about this, man? And what do you guys think should be done about it? This is crazy, man. Let me know down in the comments below, man. I'll be telling y'all we're in the ship. The ship is here. Let's continue.
This is so freaking scary, bro. This is moments before he died. Okay?
This is what life is all about.
So sad.
Being with brothers and sisters.
That man's name is Richard Garland. I spoke about him in this video before. That is part 1 if you want to go watch it. Essentially, this man was out in Foster Falls, Tennessee in a river on vacation with 2 of his best friends. All of a sudden, something pulls him under and his friends are frantically trying to get him up, but nothing, like no power that they put even together is able to get him. From whatever is pulling him under there was nothing around, no alligators, nothing. They couldn't see anything. All they knew is that something did not want to let him go, and his father literally said he was an avid swimmer, so that just does not add up. In the last video, you guys were pretty upset about how you said I clickbaited you. That was not my video that I stitched like earlier. I did not write that caption, and that is the GoPro footage. Like, basically the rest of it is just him zip lining and him swimming around, but this GoPro footage was found by a man named Nick Aloha. I believe he's the YouTuber that goes in like lakes and oceans and picks up things that he sees on the bed, like the bed of the ocean or the bed of the lake. And he found this GoPro 2 years later and was like, oh my gosh, this is the dude that died in this river. Now, there are some people saying out there that there is footage of him struggling and then you see like a glimpse of something in the water. I have not found that footage and I have looked everywhere. So if you guys did feel clickbaited, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't do that. And a lot of you guys also were like, girl, it was clearly the friends. Like, friends clearly did this. And other people were saying that it's sirens. Now, you guys know I believe sirens exist, and I think sirens exist in not only ocean water but fresh water as well, because if y'all don't know, there is a mega ocean under our ocean connecting all the water on this earth, and I genuinely feel like there are underwater like caves where they travel through. That's for a whole other video, but I specifically said that I don't know what it is, A, and B, that I don't know if it's a friend. Like, I'm not, you guys gotta understand, when me personally, I feel like it's very important to realize that when you cover things on the internet, these are real people's lives. And I'm assuming the friends are still alive. His family is still alive. I'm not going to, for views and money, come on here and make the biggest spectacle possible, accusing his friends of unaliving him and saying that man was taken by a siren. I'm not going to do that. I'll say my speculations and how weird it was, but this isn't a joke. Like, a man really died. Like, a man lost his life. I'm going to stick to the facts that I know. So, I mean, That's just how I feel about it. Overall, this is one of the most mind-boggling cases I have ever covered. I genuinely don't know what to think about it, and I wish the GoPro showed more. Maybe it does, guys. I'll keep digging. As always, make sure you like and follow and comment down below what you think happened.
I remember that clip. Prayers. I don't know what happened.
Great. Well, you know, what I shared with Tom Brown's team is that, you know, that first they sent the illustrations over, and hey, is DJ going to be cool with this pleated skirt? And I was like, well, look, you know, in our culture, Polynesian culture, we rock lava lavas, we rock skirts. The most masculine men, but not that I'm one of them, but the most masculine men wear lava lavas and skirts.
What the theme for the Met Gala was this year, but maybe it was humiliation ritual. Some of these outfits, they're some of the craziest that I've seen thus far, okay? Take a look at this. First of all, we have Bad Bunny. He's dressed up as an old man. He's got the gray hair going. He's walking around with a cane. And then next, you have probably the craziest outfit of the whole Met Gala. It's Heidi Klum. She looks almost unrecognizable, and I'm not exactly sure what this is supposed to represent, but it's interesting for sure. Next, we have Katy Perry. It looks like she's representing a robot or AI of some sorts because 6 fingers, and a lot of the times AI depicts people with 6 fingers. Next, we have Sam Smith. He's always wearing something that is shocking people. He has a sparkly dress and a feather on his head. Some other honorable mentions are Cardi B. A lot of other people wearing some interesting outfits that I have no idea who they are. Kardashians also in attendance. You have Kim Kardashian, and then you have Kris Jenner. Again, I have no idea what the theme is supposed to be, but I have a hard time thinking that a lot of these people are wearing their outfits willingly.
Yeah. That theme all over.
Have you ever wondered what actually causes the tides on planet Earth? According to the mainstream narrative, it's the moon whipping around the Earth, and its gravitational pull is pulling the water with it, and then causing high tides and low tides. So like as it's moving around, it's pulling the water, and then as it moves away, the water comes back. Which, if you really think about it, how is it possible that the moon's gravitational force is only affecting bodies of water and not the boats, not the people walking around? If it was really the moon and its gravitational force causing the tides, then every time the moon whipped around, people would just go flying into outer space. But that's not what happens. And on top of that, there are plenty of bodies of water on Earth that actually don't have any tides. The Black Sea is the sea with no tides. The Caspian Sea has a very small, measurable amount of tides. And the Mediterranean Sea, the same exact thing. And this is because they are basically landlocked. They're not really directly connected to the outer oceans. The outer oceans have massive tides, which is why the Bay of Fundy, which we saw at the beginning of the video, has the largest tides in the entire world. And this is why the Bering Sea, which is connected to the outer oceans, also has extremely rough, intense waters with massive tides. Now, why am I zooming into the North Pole? Well, on old maps, the North Pole was not just a body of water and ice, but there was a black rock in the center, and then 4 rivers emanating from the center. Well, Earth is an anagram for heart, and your heart has 4 chambers. And it's not just a muscle, it is a vortex that vortexes blood in, oxygenates it, and then vortexes your blood out. And if you think of the Earth as a giant electromagnetic torus field, or a vortex, you could hypothesize that at the North Pole, that is essentially the heart of the Earth, pumping the water out and then pulling it back in. And that could be what is causing the sea, the Bering Sea, to be so impossibly dangerous when you are crabbing in deadliest catch. But I made this video for entertainment purposes only.
Let's talk about the world fairs. Why were we never taught about them? Why did Lake Chicago look like ancient Greece? Are we really supposed to believe those clearly stone buildings were all made from paper mache and potato bags. These expos were going on worldwide, supposedly creating hundreds of temporary buildings year after year with just horse and buggy. They tell us these enormous structures were built in, give or take, 2 years, only to be ended with barbaric desecration 6 months later. But let's take a closer look. Their narrative is immediately contradicted per usual, as we see multiple buildings from these fairs still remaining today. How would anyone in their right mind believe this is temporary? And then take a look at Buffalo, New York, 1901. Where's the blueprints? Who supplied all the materials? What equipment was used to lift these massive granite statues? How are their entire canals and bridges being held by plaster? Something easily broken down by weight and water. And then we have some expos in the middle of nowhere, like St. Louis. No airports, nothing. Still didn't stop 20 million people from visiting. Are we to think millions traveled the sea on boats? Not to mention the planning, the preparation, materials required to accommodate 20 million in sanitation, plumbing, food, and so on. And then we have the exposition in Paris. Does this look temporary to you? Many of these buildings already indicate signs of aging. You can really see the weathering on it. Does that look 6 months old, let alone a few years? No, these are hundreds. These fairs held multiple segmented areas to showcase fine arts, science, the latest inventions, including human zoos and incubator babies. We even have an introduction to pus and mucus foods like hot dogs and hamburgers, including a cultural rise in beer. Maybe they're testing the fluoride. To me, these fairs were basically worldwide indoctrination points to our modern thinking, conducted by the powers that be to hide already previously established cities of an earlier civilization as mere temporary attractions. And to anyone thinking these are temporary, look at some more photos of these expos. Oh wait, the bottom is St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican, more than 400 years old. Nothing about the official story regarding these worldwide expos adds up. And the only logical explanation is that what you're looking at is pre-existing architecture of the old world, repurposed to fit a new narrative, brainwashing the millions just like they do in the media today. The buildings were built, but when? They were anything but temporary and destroyed for a reason.
As soon as you are born, you're given a name, a religion, a nationality, and a race. You spend the rest of your life defending a fictional, keyword fictional, identity. You see, back in ancient times, you got to have the human experience without all of these things in our minds and these identities that we claim as us. But it's not really you because it was forced on you when you were a kid and then you grew up believing these things. You people have to understand that everything here, all of the names and nationalities, the religion, everything that they want us to believe was given to us by non-human entities so we can continue living in a fictional reality. Because if we don't know who we truly are and we believe all this fake shit, then it's easier to control us. Once you people start understanding this, like on a deeper level, everything is gonna make sense when you look around you and look at the world. You have to wake up.
This former fashion executive said the strangest thing to these women that confirms everything we've talked about with the elites doing stuff with women and children. So it was this guy named Peter Nygaard, and he started this company in 1967 called Nygaard International. This guy becomes this huge millionaire doing all this stuff for clothes, and eventually, as the time goes on, he starts having a lot of weird allegations that start coming out about this guy. Sexual allegations, bunch of weird stuff. And dude, I found the craziest video of this guy talking to these women. I don't know what it was for. It looks like they're like models or something. He's talking to them at this table, and he's basically telling them how he wants to buy their blood, the placenta, and a bunch of these other things that are like in their body. And he specifically says the richest one is from black women.
Bro, that's insane.
I'm dead ass. And he's talking about some like, yeah, it's so rich with stem cells. I gotta show you, bro. I have to just show you the video and I'll just let it speak for itself.
Stem cell technology that Peter and I are investing in is called SCNT, which takes the egg of a young, perfect woman specimen, takes the egg and takes out the nucleus and puts our DNA in the nucleus. And this is part of this genetic greatness that we don't see in any other race on the planet. Black women from Africa. You girls have a kind of a monopoly on this genetic perfection, and we want some of that. Whatever our daddy's gonna outbid me. I bought about $60,000 worth of eggs. Yeah. That's very valuable. Umbilical cord, placenta, even your blood is so rich with stem cells.
What the
Y'all remember when we went over that? That was a minute ago.
Okay, you guys remember how I showed you the maps that were here on Earth before 1958, before the governments took them out. And I'm going to show you the encyclopedia in the public libraries before 1958. Here's volume 2 out of the alphabet A. And we're going to flip to the Antarctica, and this is from 1958, as you can see. Now, we're going to flip to the Antarctica and see what the encyclopedia from 1958, before the Antarctic Treaty, says is there. Now, you won't find this in the new encyclopedias because the government's banned them. But what I want you to notice right here is, notice how it says the flights proved inland areas to be featureless in character, with a dome 13,000 feet high at about latitude 80 degrees south, longitude 90 degrees east. Take a really, really close look at that. Now I'm going to zoom it in for you. When they returned to New Zealand, these flights proved the inland areas to be featureless in character, with a dome 13,000 feet high at about latitude 80 degrees south, longitude 90 degrees east. Now, if this doesn't make sense to you, let me show you with an image of what a flat earth map would look like. Now, this is what a latitude 80 degrees south would look like on a flat earth map. As you can see, the dome comes down closer to you over the wall, which will be about 13,000 feet. Now, if you're not familiar with any of this at all, and you're just now new to all this, you could say, well, this guy is crazy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But what you got to ask yourself is, why do all the maps before 1958 show a flat earth with the ice wall around it and a firmament, a dome? And why does the encyclopedia tell you that there's a dome there, and it gives you the exact height at the certain latitude and longitude? Well, the reason is because in 1958, that's when all governments and all nations of the world signed the UN treaty to ban all civilians from going to the Antarctica, and NASA came in and erased everything, just like they're erasing everything today. So again, ask yourself, if all this existed before 1958, why doesn't it exist now? How come it all of a sudden was erased and just disappeared out of your history books, out of your encyclopedias, out of your libraries? Wake up, people. Wake up. Thanks for watching, and God bless.
So if you think that we still in a globe and that there's no dome above us, so is the Bible lying? That sounds weird to even say. And is the encyclopedia lying? And is NASA telling the truth? If that's the case, y'all let me know. Let me know your thoughts. I'm just questioning, asking.
So this is one of the neat things about the U.S. Capitol. Of course, this building, construction started in the 1700s. And there are all sorts of little hidden passageways. You saw I just pulled this cover up. And you can see, if we get the camera to come over, don't fall in. We don't need a workers' comp claim today. But you can see there's a passageway. These were long stairs that used to be here that were closed off. We're just off of what's called a statuary hall, which at one time was the actual House chamber. So, and it's outside there. But this is just an example of some of the little hidden secrets in the Capitol. And so one of the things when we bring tour groups in, if it's a small enough group, if it's a big group, we can't do it. But if it's a small group, we'll actually take them down this hall. Believe it or not, my big self have actually gotten down, and more importantly, out of this hall. I'm not going to debut that again for today, but suffice to say, I've been able to live and tell about it and get out of there. But it goes all the way down. It's an old staircase, and I'm told, I can't verify this, I'm told that this staircase, which opens to, if you go down, formerly opened to the outside, was one of the staircases that British soldiers used when they breached the Capitol during the War of, I think it was 1814, when they actually attacked Washington.
And y'all, something is definitely getting ready to happen, because Alex Jones, Mr. Infowars, Mr. Conspiracy, has shut down his show after 27 years. There's no coincidence, y'all, right? all these UFO experts, people, you know, unaliving themselves or being found missing, you know what I'm saying? And now him shutting his show down after this whole David Wilcock incident, right? What is going on? Something is getting ready to happen. The economy is messed up. Everything is expensive. Food is expensive. Gas is through the roof. People's nervous systems are completely fried. People are just fed up. This thing is getting ready to happen. It's like they have to play on our emotions, right? To make us feel some type of way, and then they bring a solution, right? And then we all know something is supposed to take place with Project, you know what I'm talking about. And then all these UFO people are suddenly going away. What happened to those UAP sightings? What happened to those drone sightings all over the world? I'm so confused. Have we been gaslit this whole time? What happened with the planes falling out of the skies? What? Bro, have we literally been gaslit this whole time? Or are we in some type of game, bro? Like, what's going on? Can anybody explain? 2 words, 1 finger? What is that about? What? Y'all, this is not fear-mongering, but something's in the air. I can feel it. Let me know what you guys think about this video. I've been saying for a very long time, the shift is here. We're literally in the midst of it, y'all. Let's continue to get it. Peace out.
It goes to Jesus Christ, our Heavenly Father, that leads, guides, and directs us. We are commit ourselves to God in this holy fight. And we are committed, and if God stands with us, who can stand against us? And that's how I close out. So I salute you all. What a crew. The hell we've been through has only made us stronger. Let me ask you, would you have any other way? Are you not stronger now in this fight? Yeah! I salute this crew and all the viewers and listeners to this fight, and I commit myself to Jesus Christ's hands.
God bless the Info War! Woo!
You are the Info War. It lives forever. We're going to play Frank Sinatra Blue Eyes and come back with the great Tom Renz and then Jade Iyer to close this out. God bless you all. That's it. The next phase starts.
Us and putting certain materials in all of our food and water. I think I know what it is. I'm going to show you this clip, and then I'm going to show you what I think it relates to. And just for the record, I would never hurt myself, and I don't do anything dangerous.
Does anybody else wonder why they keep finding hella metal in our food? What I told her is how much metal you have in your body will affect you when this thing happens. It has to do with frequency. Okay, so that I stay safe and I can come back and I stay alive, I'll tell you something. I will give you a hint of what he showed me. It's going to happen. And you have to get rid of these metals in your body. And I know exactly how to do it very easily. If you want to do it fast and quick, it would be green drinks. Anything green, and you know, the whole fiber thing, all that. I know. But what I'm saying is there's something with chlorophyll that has to do with, it matches, it's very close to your blood in its structure. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, so you have to have a carrier that will grab things and take them out of your body, okay? That's why I wanted her to speak to you about this. So if you want to know what's going to happen, and it could happen tomorrow, it could happen, but they're going to say it's something else. You're going to have to do your own thinking about this. I don't want to get in trouble. But just stick a piece of foil in a microwave and picture that in your body. And now you know the devil's plan.
Matthew 24, Jesus says that the second coming will be like lightning that comes from the east and shines as far as the west. So it's coming from the sun. So will be the coming of the Son of Man. So the sun also creates coronal mass ejections, which are essentially just northern lights or solar flares. You guys know how they keep saying that there's going to be a solar flare that puts the grid down. If you have strong discernment and you know the Bible, I would encourage you to start looking at these topics in the news because they make it, in my opinion, super obvious. What makes a coronal mass ejection? Eat people. God is a consuming fire. And we're supposed to be living sacrifices, right? I've been talking to you guys. I have found like a million reasons that in my mind completely prove that the rapture event or the second coming will be a Northern Lights global event. And I think that that will also roll back the scroll of the firmament, just like Isaiah and Revelation say. And I think they're calling it a cannibal CME because when you had to make offerings to God, he would come down and eat them via fire from the sky. So lightning from east to west, right?
It's pretty standard for the auroras to create light arcs from east to west in polar regions, so I don't think that it's that far off to think that this could just be a global version. And I have antique science books that say that the northern lights are made of the exact same material as lightning. It's just a version that seeps down from the firmament rather than a concentrated strike like lightning would be. And Jesus says it would be like the days of Noah, and Noah is the agency that watches the northern lights like a hawk. They're obsessed with the auroras. Why would they name it Noah? My antique science books say that the auroras used to be classified as a type of cloud also. In Genesis 9, God said, "This is the sign of the covenant that I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for all future generations. I have set my bow in the cloud, rainbow in the cloud, and it shall be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. When I bring clouds over the earth and the bow is in the clouds, I will remember my covenant that is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh." So the reason that they're spraying and trying to stuff us all with these materials is because when this happens, it's either going to upgrade your DNA, and they're saying this openly, that's why I'm encouraging you guys to do your own research on it, or if you're full of parasites and it will literally break your DNA strands. So it's my belief that when we walk in unrepentant sin, we give legal grounds in the spiritual realm for parasites and therefore metals, because they're a combined package, to live and enter our system. When we repent, they're taken. That's my personal belief. So what I think is going to happen, and this is not thus saith the Lord, this is, I think this, people that are full of unrepentant sin and like just walking in lawlessness, their DNA strands, and remember your entire body is made up of DNA, are just going to snap. There will be people who are like upgraded, and that's like the rapture event. And then there's going to be people that are struck with leprosy or some form of like rapid. And I think that's people that are like kind of repentant, like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. If you go back through the Old Testament as well as the Ethiopian Bible, it seems to point to lawlessness being the mark of the beast. I talked a lot about this in past videos, but King Uzziah had a censer in his hand, and when he got angry with the priest for correcting him, he broke out in leprosy on his forehead. And when you look into what they're saying about this, they also believe what I'm saying. I'm just giving you what I think is like the biblical version of this. Some people will get struck with disease. Some people will have their DNA upgraded, which I think it's like the rapture, just my opinion. And some people's DNA will break in a way where they themselves just break. And that's why the grid will go down, because the internet and AI, we're the batteries, guys. That's what the data centers are for. We power all of that stuff, so they need us. If a bunch of people, either their DNA snaps and then like others leave entirely, that's obviously going to put the grid down because it's leeching on our life force. I also found it really interesting that in that video, that guy said it could happen right now. It could happen in a few days. No one knows the day or hour. It's going to come out of nowhere. I've been completely obsessed with the auroras for years now, and I can tell you with certainty, they have not tracked them this closely ever. Up until the last 6 months. I don't know what's making them think that they need to track it this closely, but they're watching for it. And I know we all have been watching for it too, because the spirit is tapping on our shoulders. I always recommend doing a parasite and heavy metal cleanse. I have the link in my bio for what I use. But also, if you don't plan on like repenting and walking with Jesus, there's not really a point, because it's just going to come back worse. So this isn't about asceticism. This is about preparing for what's coming and the coming deception, because they're obviously going to say that it's a solar flare or whatever nonsense they make up. It's the second coming.
You ever drawn this symbol? Do you remember the first time you saw this symbol? Do you think that it is encoded in our reality? Or do you think this is just something that we're mimicking from each other? This is called the Super S symbol. Why does everybody know this symbol right here, but nobody knows where it came from? This is just more than a doodle. They call this a memory artifact. This is a symbol embedded in our subconscious that is a glyph from outside the simulation. We are at the ancient artificial intelligence or ancient AI part of the map. If you want to follow along on our map journey, the link is in the bio. You probably drew this in school or saw a classmate drawing this, but everybody says the same thing. They don't really remember where it came from. There is no confirmed creator, brand origin, or company behind it. So how do we all know this symbol? People claim that this symbol, this Super S, is actually the logo we see right before we enter the simulation. Bold statement, I know, but there are three things. It's familiar, it's symmetrical, and it feels intentional. Also, everybody can instinctively draw this symbol. Even if you never drew this before, you could put pen to paper right now and probably draw it from memory. It is internationally known. It is a watermark from outside the system. Psychologists claim we may be just mimicking each other, but guess what? This happened before the internet. There were no memes. There was no social media, but we all instinctively know this symbol. Is this coded in our brain or is it coded in our reality? Did you see it? When did you see it? And do you believe that it is outside of our reality, outside the simulation, or this is just something that we're learning from each other? Let me know. It's us.
All my North Day homies used to draw that shit all over the desk. And you know what that shit stand for. I don't mean no disrespect to my Southern homies, to my Southerners. I don't mean no disrespect to y'all. I'm from the northern part of the state of Cali, so y'all know how that get. I used to see that all over the desk. And the Sacramento Kings used to have that logo. It's be that and the K. I don't want to say it. I want to be disrespectful because I don't know if I got any homies that's from, from that side who represent that watching, and I don't want to disrespect y'all. But y'all know we had the S on the Kings jerseys, and I think they removed that off the jerseys because it was gangbanging. So that symbol was always around our city because of that. I seen some brands y'all named that y'all said it was. I seen y'all in other countries say y'all remember this logo. What's y'all thoughts? This is one of the ones that the opinions be everywhere. But don't be insulting if somebody don't agree with you. It's all good. It's okay if somebody don't agree with you. We all supposed to disagree some point, and sometimes we still family. Let me know y'all thoughts.
Come on, guys. You're crazy if you think the Anne Frank story is a hoax. I mean, it's not like our history books were written by... Oh, wait. Oh, Robert Maxwell actually bought out McGraw-Hill textbooks, and those are the books we learned from? I'm sure they're not lying to us, though. Check it out.
The original diary manuscript was forensically examined by the German State Forensic Bureau, the Bundeskriminalamt. Their analysis determined that significant portions of the work were written with a ballpoint pen. Since ballpoint pens were not available to everyone before 1951, portions of the work were added well after the war. Handwriting experts determined after closer examination of the originals that all of the writing in the diary was by the same hand, and the BKA determined that none of the diary handwriting matched known examples of Anne's real handwriting. The true author of the diary was Jewish novelist Meir Levine, who demanded and was awarded $50,000 in payments for his work in a court action against Anne's father, Otto Frank. The truth about the Anne Frank diary was first exposed in 1959 by the Swedish journal Fria Ord. It established that the Jewish novelist Meir Levine had written the dialogue of the diary and was demanding payment for his work in a court action against Otto Frank. An extract from the Swedish articles appeared in the American Economic Council letter, April 15, 1959, as follows. History has many examples of myths that live a longer and richer life than truth, and may become more effective than truth. The Western world has for some years been made aware of a Jewish girl through the medium of what purports to be her personally written story, Anne Frank's diary. Any informed literary inspection of this book would have shown it to have been impossible as the work of a teenager. A noteworthy decision of the New York State Supreme Court confirms this point of view, in that the well-known American Jewish writer, Meir Levine, has been awarded $50,000 to be paid him by the father of Anne Frank as an honorarium for Levine's work on the Anne Frank diary. Evidence compiled by Dr. Robert Farrison of France establishes that the famous diary is a literary hoax. After doing substantial research, Professor Farrison stated, "The truth obliged me to say that the diary of Anne Frank is only a simple literary fraud."
I ain't never heard that one before. What's your thoughts?
It was just an accident that the government decided to wait 3 days before evacuating anyone from the Marshall Islands following a 15 megaton nuclear blast at Castle Bravo. This is actually the site that Bikini Bottom and SpongeBob is based off of. In real life, it's called Bikini Atoll. And yeah, the blast basically pulverized all the coral reefs on the island, shot everything up in the atmosphere. It came back down looking like snow, so all the kids went outside and started playing in radioactive coral reef dust. All developing dwarfism and horrible skin lesions and their hair falling out. And then the mothers who were pregnant on the island started giving birth to jellyfish babies. So that's what this was called for a long time. This was a conspiracy called jellyfish babies because they were just trying to discount the witness testimony. This was an island of 14,000 people, and instead of treating these people's ailments, the government decided to take them in as test subjects. This is called Project 4.1, and it's insane to me. Anyways, this is my driver. I just feel like everyone should know about this, especially because it's like SpongeBob was the most popular kids show, and it's based off of the most horrific thing that the US government has done. At least in those years.
Damn, I ain't never heard that before.
Real Schmiel, I deliver Amazon. These is real packages. This is the second time I've been to the house. Look. Nothing is out of these. All these packages is full. Whatever we deliver, they in the package. They say to the front door. I can't get to the front door. I don't know if somebody covering up some or something. But look, all of them is everything we deliver. Look, it's still in the box. What the is going on, man? If I come back here and it's like this again, I'm gonna start to wonder: is it something going on? Like, is somebody covering them up? Is somebody really living in this place? All packages. I can't even make it. I'm gonna take it to the steps like I did before. It's close. And leave it at that, man. But this is a scary spot that you need your weapon in when you deliver, for sure.
Jordan, let's go, man, please! Please, Jordan, let's go, man! We're moving. Now! Go. Now! Go. Jordan! It's moving. Jordan, right! It's moving left to right! Let's just go, Jordan, please, man! Jordan, let's just go! Go. Jordan, let's go, man! Look at that. That is a very, oh boy, horizontal rolls. Just look at it, buddy. We're good. We're about to move. We're moving. Here. Hold on. All right. Okay, let's go. Let's drive. Let's drive. Let's just drive, man. Jordan, trust me. We got about 10 minutes to shoot that. Jordan, just drive. Zoom in on that. Jordan, drive. Jordan, drive. Come on. Go. Jordan, let's go. Jordan, let's go, man, please. Jordan, let's go, man. We're moving. Now. Go. Jordan. It's moving. Jordan, right. It's moving left to right. Let's just go, Jordan, please, man. Jordan, let's just go. Go. Jordan, let's go, man.
I'ma keep it all the way a stack with y'all. I'm pretty typically high vibrational and I can control my emotion, my feelings, and my actions. But if it's life or death like this, bro, I would have been whooping Jordan's ass right then and there. He would have got thrown out the car. You go film it then. You stay here. I don't care who you is. Stay here. We out of here, bro. And I would have took the driver's seat. We'd have put pedal to the metal. We out of there, bro. Or if he took long like that, and I gave him the chance, when we finally pull off and we get away and we safe, me and him gotta catch a fade, bro. I have to whoop, I had to beat bro's ass, bro. I would have to. You playing with my life. Play with your own, bro. Don't play with my shit. Choose what you want to do, but don't make decisions for me. That's how I gotta look at it. And then and I don't even know if I want to be his friend or even if we relatives, bro. You a distant relative, like straight up, bro, because you are playing with shit too close, and we supposed to be looking out for each other. You looking out for your best interest, not mine. You not being respectful of what I'm asking you to do right now too. You gotta get your ass whooped, bro. Straight up.
Oh, we're on the ground. Oh, yeah, see it.
Oh, I see that. That's beautiful.
Get up in that. I'm going to go right here on this road. Come on.
Yeah, just flash towards it.
Yeah, get on. Yep, gonna go.
Eric, go back there.
Got it. This is the most incredible. Oh my God.
That shit crazy. Every time I fly my drone, it's like hummingbirds run up on it. Shit crazy. Every time, I think the noise. But that was dope. That was dope. That was dope. I ain't even gonna lie. I gotta find more clips like that because I can see myself watching that shit all the time on YouTube. Let me know y'all thoughts. Let me know y'all opinions. What y'all thinking? Was it a fire ass rollout? Was it mid? What was it? Let me know. But I appreciate y'all. If you haven't already, please hype up this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. This is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Clay to grow, helps Clay to get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you if you're watching ETV, whatever the case is. I wish it was smooth 7. Love y'all collective. Till I see y'all in the next one. Y'all know what it is. We gone.
Ay, yeah, I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know what I'm about.